Hello, I'm BOODFM and this is episode 18 of my Denton Villa series. As always, thanks for joining me, I really do appreciate it. What I appreciate even more is when you show the channel support and help me grow as a channel and smash that like button. If you are new, feel free to subscribe, come and join the Denton army. We're waiting for you with open arms. Lovely bunch, my subscribers. First off, you'll notice I'm wearing a Nathan Jarman You Beautiful Man t-shirt. I've been sent this in the post by none other than the world's greatest content creator, Mikolova manager and part-time Denton Villa fitness coach, that guy JC. So thank you, Jay. Honestly, we're trying to get the lad to 350 subscribers. You will find a link to his channel in the description down below. Go and drop him a subscription. Let's help this lad achieve his lifelong goal. He's been thinking about this since he was a small boy. 350, he'd be happy with that. He'd be happy with more, but let's get in there first. Right, big episode today. No live com. I've gone through the entire summer right up until the new season, and I've saved it at different points. So what we're going to do is just run through. We're going to have a look at end of season awards, the squad. I'm going to show you some ins and outs. You know a few outs, but there's a few more gone. There's some good players come in, all young, regen and free contract players. One of them gets your nipples hard. He is amazing. And yeah, we'll have a look at what we're going to be doing pre-season, look at who we're going to be coming up against in the new season. Big season. We're at the top of the non-league. I mean, honestly, it is a great time to be alive. And why wouldn't you want to be alive? Because if you're not alive, you're dead. And if you're dead, it's pretty shit. Right, let's get into it. So the first bit of news we're going to look at is our overall best 11. Obviously, the team is only a couple of years old. But still, it's good to look at. You've got a Frenchie in net. Brown and Hughes are fullbacks with Hanson and Collins centre halves. Atkinson, who's leaving. Halliwell might be leaving. Fordy is still on the right wing. Richard Havenhand is the left winger, which I love. And then up top, we've got Stevens and Knight. Obviously, Stevens is going. Knight has gone. I'm surprised Knight's still there. I thought that probably be Dixon, who's also going. So it's a big season. We've got some good young players this year who I'm expecting to make that team. Next up is the clubs awards. I love this bit. So, fans player of the season was the left back, John Brown. Now, we'll talk about the fullbacks a bit more in a bit. Because you'll remember Operation Cheeky Bastard when I was getting rid of all the original regens because they were young, they're pretty good, and they were moaning they wanted to leave. Now, Brown and Hughes, the right back, were the only two that signed and stayed. But they're getting, well, I'll talk about it later, but it's annoying. But your left back, John Brown, was amazing last year, and the fans saw that too. Next player, who was the highest average rated player, came in second, Jordan Halliwell, followed by Dane Hughes, who's the right back. Says everything really, doesn't it? Goal of the season was from Richard Havenhand. I think I know this goal. It's against Mikolova, that guy JC. Go and check his channel out, drop him a subscription. It's against his team. Let's have a look. Now, what's cool was that Nathan Jarman was actually playing in this game, but here's Richard here. Some distance out here. Look at him. We'll wait there, ground as well. Look at that. That kid turned to a great player this year. I am expecting huge things from Richard. Signing of the season was Darren Hughes. Hughesy, the striker, who is hopefully going to step into some big shoes, because if you look at the best 11, you've got Stevens and Dixon up top. This year going forward, we've got Kane Parker and Hughesy up top. Young player of the season was, of course, the left back, John Brown. This is our season review. We got to the third round, didn't we, the FA Cup. I thought that was a great achievement. It's a lot of fun doing that. I never thought we'd get past it. I was just hoping, no offence to Swansea. If you're a Swansea fan, this is no offence. But when you're a club like ours, you kind of want United, Liverpool or someone, don't you? Swansea, a big team now, and they showed the quality and they knocked us out. Lost FA Trophy in the second round. That was disappointing. That was really disappointing, because a team in our league went on to win that, so we could have won that trophy. We could have. And we obviously won the league, which I'm chuffed with. You can see at the bottom there, the league positions. We spent a large part early on in the season, at the end of the season, at the top. Match of the season, 6-1 away at York. Moment to forget was when AFC Telford beat us 4-2. Average attendance of nearly 3,500, 33% full, but I think that's great. We did have a couple of full houses, you know, only a few. but the fan base gets bigger. Last year it was about 2,000. This year it's 3,000. So we're building that. We're building it. And I used 37 players, so I used a lot of the youth as well. And hopefully I'm going to do that this year. Unfortunately, we didn't win Player of the Year. One of Manchester Central's players did. It's Lloyd Dyer, who at the minute is 37 years old. Had a great season, but there are rivals that don't like that. Now, before I tell you who won Manager of the Year, I'll show you that I was in for it. And look who I'm in with it with. Couldn't say that then. The following candidates are thought to be among the front runners for the award are Bood and Kyle Lord, who is obviously my old assistant and manager of Manchester Central. Now on to the FA Trophy review, and this is what I mean. We got knocked out too early. Manchester Central went on to win it by beating FC Halifax in the final. So that's great for Central. But as you know from the last episode, we won the league and they came second. So they're in the playoffs. Are they going to come up with us? Are we going to get our derby next year? I'll show you in a minute. But before I show you anything else, I did win Manager of the Year. So happy days. 41 years old. I don't look bad. Right, I'm not bothered about the Vanarama South. It means nothing to us. We've got nothing to do with it. We're just going to look at the League Ruins playoffs. And the Vanarama North playoff first round, York got beat off Kidderminster, and Kettering, who were a great team last year, beat AFC Telford 1-0. Then it was on to the semi-finals when the two big teams, two teams I love, came into it. Manchester Central beat Kidderminster 5-0, and Stockport beat Kettering 3-1. And that winner was Manchester Central. So, well done, Manchester Central and Kyle Lord. You might have missed out on Manager of the Year, but you know what? You've done well. You've got a trophy. You won the FA Trophy, and you've gone up through the playoffs, which you deserve to, really, because they're a good team. So, Central are sticking with us, aren't they? Now, before I go any further, this is the squad at the end of the season arranged by average rating. You know there's quite a few players leaving, and there's going to be more leaving. I kind of want to get rid of some of the old guard. I want to start playing some of the youth. I'm not going into this next season thinking, let's just go in here, let's get promoted again and again and again. If it happens, it happens, and then we deserve it if it happens. But I'm quite happy to maybe get rid of some more older players and give youth a chance. I want to start playing Richard Avenand and Bishop on the right, Kane and Husey up top with Eddie Olivier in the middle. And I want to start giving the youth a chance. Staff-wise, everyone's getting new contracts. All you guys who are subscribers, who are part of my staff, I'm going to try my best to keep you. No one's coming for anyone. That's great, which is something you worry about because they're quite good. So, well, I do worry a big team would poach him eventually, but no one's poached anybody. All my staff are staying, and I'm going to try and expand it. I'm going to try and build my under-18 staff because we've got some quality this year. My under-23s and my under-18s are in proper competition. I don't have to arrange friendlies anymore. So Lee Monaghan, my club mascot and under-23 manager, has a chance to add something to his CV. So Lee's going to have a chance to win a league title and hopefully a youth cup. Because you can say friendlies is still football, friendly. There's no real passion in that. Now they've got real competition, and we're in a good league because we're in that league with Manchester Central. Rochdale, who again, I'm going to plug him all episode. That guy JC, go and check his channel out, link in the description, drop him a sub. He's actually a Rochdale fan. So yeah, we're going to be playing Rochdale, Tranmere, great team. Hull and Huddersfield, Bood in the Hood is my greatest ever series. Go and check it out. I've said this ever since we started this series. I'm disappointed they've done nothing with your coaching badges. I did say after Manchester Central I'd never do it again because I just think it's boring. Just don't feel like you're achieving anything, I don't think. But I've just done my A licence, which is great because now I can go on to my Continental Pro licence, which a few of my staff have, so I needed to up my game. My assistant manager and a couple of the coaches have got their pro licence, so that's going to be great for me as a manager. It's going to hopefully give me that bit more skill, a bit more power. Let's have a look at my pre-season. I've played 2 games at this point. Like I said, I've saved it at different points, so I can jump in. And we're having a 6-game pre-season. And I've planned it to be like working our way in. I don't know how you do it. So the first 2 games are against small opposition, and we've played them 2 games, and we beat Borat 4-0. And then Brighouse 4-1. The next 2 games are against teams that are a little bit better. And then the last 2 games are tough against bigger foreign opposition. Now we've got a bit further forward and it's time to look at who's gone and who's come in. Now, you'll know some of them. Like the top 4, you should know. Atkinson went to Cardiff, $250,000. Josh Stevens, great striker. He's gone to Burnley for 1.7. Phil Dixon, sorry, not Paul. Sorry, Paul, you're still here. Phil Dixon has got a Stoke for $250,000. And we've sold James Ford to Mansfield. And I've also let Halliwell go out on a free. Not renewed him. And Bernard Gill on a free because he just did not want to stay and we're going to lose him on a free. Anyway, so they're all great players. They're all good players, and especially them ones that have gone off for a transfer fee. If they ever get sold, we'll get 50%. All my hopes are pinned on that Josh Stevens because you can't lie, look at him. He's pretty good, isn't he? So I'm hoping he can improve at Burnley, get sold on for 5-10 million one day, and we'll cash in. But I've brought in some players now. Some of them are from teams, but they were on non-contract, so I've been able to sign them for free. Some players have been released because they didn't want to stay. Some great regions. I've never played with all these leagues open. Vanarama North South's it. I've never had a database with all the county leagues, which we have got now. And I've got a big database and there's some good regions. And just like we've got a good region that wants to leave because we're not big enough for him, there's good regions out there who want to leave teams in the lower leagues below us because they're not big enough. But the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to run through the squad so you know what we've got to play with this year. You'll see the improvements of the players. So we're going to go through each position as quick as I can. And when a new player comes up, I will tell you. You might notice it anyway. But we're going with Michael French again in net because it's one of them cases of, I was a bit worried about him last year. He's now 17. That whole season in net, I think he has vastly improved. Handling's got better. It's all got better. His reflexes aren't as great, but he's a good player. And also, he's our best leader. He's the best candidate for captain. So he's also, at 17, the new club captain. Now he's going to be backed up by another young goalkeeper, 18-year-old Joel Brockbank, who is okay. Better reflexes, decent backup. I think we'll be all right with the goalies. Right back, of course, we've got Dane Hughes, but Dane, even though he was happy to re-sign last year, we've had the summer and bigger teams have been coming in for him, and I'm going to fight this one through with it. With my fullbacks this time, I'm not letting any more go. I think we've sold enough. I'm going to fight this season through and keep hold of him because they signed deals. He's got 2 years left on his deal, but when I sign new contracts, I always do this. I'm only on this guy from the under-23s as an example, right? Just to show you what I do with all my players to give yourself extra security. You should do it too. And you go to add clause, optional contract extension by club. You click on that, you click that to make sure it's guaranteed, and you do whatever you can to make sure that stays. So when his contract's coming to an end, it's up to you, not up to him. You can just trigger it and then trigger it, and sometimes you can add 3 years on. Good tip. His backup will be Joe Page, one of the winners of the last regen competition. Only 16, I know, but he's got bags of potential, so I want to give him as much game time this year. Even if it means we don't get promoted because we've got such a young squad, I don't care. I think it'll be great for players like him to play. The left back is, of course, fans' favourite player of the season, John Brown. Fantastic player to this level. Fantastic. 18 years old. Again, I'm going to fight to keep him. And again, he's got the same contract situation as Dane Hughes, the right back. So even though it's to 2022, really he's contracted to us for another 4 years. On the centre half, so my first one's going to be Michael Collins, a free signing I made a couple of years ago now, near the start of the game. He's got no face. I think I keep meaning to change that. I want to give him a face because I hate blacked out faces. Just got no character. He can't look in their eyes. Now he's followed by Umbop Hansen, who is one of the older regens I got at the start of the game. There's not many of these left now, but I like him. Never heard anything out of him. Good, solid player. Third on his centre half list is Peter Harvey. Should figure a bit more this season. Great marking, tackling, not great positioning, but he's strong and he's 6'4". The fourth centre half is going to be Adam Austin, a player I scouted, or Brian Kane, my chief scout, found at Kettering. Contract was coming to an end. We've signed him. Happy freaking days. Okay, on to the central midfield. 4 players. And the first one we'll show you is, of course, Eddie Oliveira. Great subscriber, great support to my channel. I appreciate every comment. I know he's got my back out there, and I do appreciate it. And I love the fact that he won one of the first regens. Next up is Adam Briggs, a brand new player we've got from AFC Mansfield on a non-contract. We've poached him. He's 18 and he's really good. I like him a lot. Decent potential, not as good as Eddie, but on paper right now he's got the ability. Next up is Paul Dixon, a winner of the regen competition. 16, but again, I want to play him this year. I want him to learn. He's got great technique, great potential. He's super brave. And next is my favourite player, the one I talked about early on in the episode, Ben Mult. Got him from AFC Telford, the team that beat us 4-2. This is another Brian Kane find, so thank you very much, Brian. But high hopes for this kid, because he's going to be a central midfielder, but he can cover on the left as well. Over to the left wing, and we've got Ryan Waller, new player. Again, we stole him from the underdogs last year, the team that came out of nowhere, kept her into his stall. Two of their best young players, to be fair, but he's got loads of ability now and loads of potential ability. Great physicals, great crosser, great technique. And the number one is the Welsh wizard himself, Richard Havenhand. Kid is awesome. And one thing, I've said it before, I've liked about this player, he's a fully attacking player. But when you watch a game, as much as I watch a game, he's one of them guys that can get back. Now, obviously, with Simon Ford finally going, we've got a new right winger, and that is a regen winner from the last youth intake, and it's Brett Wood. Again, 16, but he needs games, got potential. The number one right winger is going to be Curtis Bishop, 18. I like him, can play on both wings. Like I said, I think I've said it in a previous episode, I need to get right into it now and concentrate on getting him as a natural right winger. But I love his physicals, I love him a lot. I think he'll do well. Onto the strike force, and of course, Husey. He's definitely going to be a number one striker this year. 18 years old, great finisher, great physicals. I think he did all right. I like to get more goals out of him. He's not super prolific yet. This might be his year. His partner, who I've re-nicknamed Kano, this reminds me of Keno. I'm a United fan. I think he's going to have a huge year this season. He's already improved this summer, I think you can tell. Now, we're also keeping Stephen Edge. He's the only other older regen I got at the start of the game with my centre-half. Now, I like him. He scored some decent goals for us. He's not super prolific. He's not a great finisher. Fourth striker is Marcus Day. Great potential. Not scored a lot of goals for us, to be fair. But he's not played a lot for us, and he'll be playing a lot more this season. Another darts out face I need to fix, I will do soon. So let's have a look at the dynamics just to see what's going on. Now you'll see John Brown and Dane Hughes asking to leave, and I've said no, they're not going anywhere. Nowhere. Ryan Waller is concerned. Do you know when you accidentally put someone in the under 23s and then they moan about it? I did it by accident, but he's unhappy about it. It annoys me. He's my new backup left winger. Now we're on my tactic because I'm not changing it, staying exactly the same. But I've just asked my assistant to pick my best 11. And this is who he thinks is the best 11. And I can't lie, I probably agree with him. Good thing is, my fullbacks and wingers know each other. The strikers now know each other because they played at the end of last year. I think that's going to help us. The centre-halves know each other. We've just got a new central midfield partnership that needs to link up a bit. They think we can do quite well. We've got Central above us, but I'm a bit worried about Central. I don't know why they're above us. But favourites for the title this year is Leyton Orient, followed by Super Rich, Billericay. Then you've got Manchester Central, Tranmere and us. But some big teams here. I don't know if you're about to see at the bottom, but it's Kingstonian, Sutton, Woking, Chester, Macclesfield. Some big teams, man. FC Halifax. Not as many derbies as we've had in previous seasons. In fact, we've only got the one, I'd say. Now I've played two more friendlies. We played Ossett United, we beat them 3-1. Bishop, Malt and Husey got the goals. And then we played TNS, who, you know, were a decent level team. Welsh Premier League team. We beat them 3-1. Goals from Richard Havenhand, Kano and Curtis Bishop again. Great performance, so buzzing with that. So next two games I'm super excited about, but you're not going to find out the results of them until the next episode. Well, there we go. That is the end of episode 18. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. I've tried to cover all the bases for you and show you as much information as I can. I'd love to know what you think about the squad and our chances this season. Let me know. Really, I'm interested. I'd love to know what you think. Love to talk to more of you. So get interacting, get commenting down below. And don't forget, if you did enjoy it, smash the like button. If you are new, feel free to subscribe. I'm excited. I don't think we'll win the league. There's no reason why we can't get in some kind of playoff. That'd be interesting. I'd like to maybe win an FA trophy or something while we can. I'd love that. I also want the under-23s to win some. I'd love that too. But yeah, don't forget also, competitions are still running for you to win a shirt or a copy of FM19. I'll be doing the draw for that at the beginning of the next episode, episode 19. So you can still enter. If you want to know how to enter, you need to go and watch the last episode. But yeah, thanks for everyone's support. I'm looking forward to it. Can't lie, I'm super excited. Don't forget as well, check out my friend's channel. You will find a link on my page. You'll also find a link to his channel in the description. Great content creator. Let's get him to 350 subscribers. Come on, I know you can help me out. Help me out. Do it. Go on. Right, you've been amazing. As always, I've been Bood. I'll see you next time.